These protesters in Mexico City say cross-border migration is changing their country's capital for the worse. Over the last decade, an influx of mostly American so-called digital nomads have moved here to work remotely and also enjoy a cheaper cost of living. Protesters say the newcomers have driven up rents beyond the reach of locals.
If they're going to live in a country, they have to contribute to that country. The first and simplest issue is legal migration. They come here with visas or no visas, and still the change in purchasing power generates these problems of gentrification and displacement.
Many Americans in Mexico are able to still receive high salaries in dollars from U.S. companies by working on laptops from their apartments.
The government is directing its public policies towards people with higher purchasing power, often illegally displacing local populations who have lived in these neighborhoods for 40, 50, and we have even documented cases of up to 60 years. This is violent for the local population.
Some activists blame Mexico's government for encouraging them.
Okay, Mexico City requests departure Americans. Do you think that Americans shouldn't be living abroad, reaping the benefits, or driving locals out of their neighborhoods?
I just think it's so funny because they didn't have anything to say when people crossed through the Mexican border. Nobody had anything to say.
That's the same as them doing it here.
We were called bigots for saying we don't want them in our communities. They don't contribute to society, for saying all this. But now y'all want Americans to leave.
I just think it's crazy how people are being told you have to leave your own damn country to go to another country to succeed. And then you got Americans leaving their country. It's supposed to be the greatest country in the world. What are you doing leaving America, going to Mexico? What is it? But
it's cheaper there. It's a little cheaper, and they already work from home, so they might as well just live somewhere a little cheaper and save money.
But so why would Mexicans, if it's cheap and they can live good over there, why do Mexicans leave Mexico to come over here? What's going on?
Because they struggling.
It's more expensive. It's more opportunity and it's more money here.
It's more opportunity work-wise here, but if Americans go over there, they are going to drive the locals out, because if I have a business over there and I see Americans are coming over here, I'm going to now incline the price of rent and all that. And now locals can't afford that. They're already making a penny. So it's driving businesses to move the locals out, and they're becoming homeless basically. So I understand where they're coming from. It's like if they're already in a poorer country and then they got these Americans that are already making money and moving into my city and driving me out, where else can I go?
So it sounds like it's happening on both sides. So the brokies in Mexico are coming over here to reap our benefits from our money, and then we already got the money. We have what they call it, the highest currency or something like that. So we take our dollars and we go over there to have the nice stuff that the natives can't afford. That's right. Child, that's what they get.
They have every right to be upset, and I can see that, but don't try to say something now because we're over there. But when all your people, millions of people came through that southern border, nobody had anything to say. Don't do that now.
That should be shutting the liberals up, talking about we're racist and prejudiced.
Bigot.
Are the Mexicans racist and prejudiced because they want their homes back? No. So it just goes to show you don't leave your country to go get something better. Fix your shit at home and stop shitting on other people's property. And you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on. People just need to stay where they at and figure out how to build things up from the ground up.
Ain't got nothing to do with me. Once again, can't relate.
Okay, I ain't going
to. All I want to say is that before I speak on this subject, I'm sweating more than a Mexican at Home Depot under this hat. But what I'm going to say is that looking at it, Americans that are over there also are stimulating the economy. A lot of people that are here that are Mexican, we saw with them protesting and so forth, these are the same individuals that are sending money to Mexico to stimulate that economy too. So for them to fight and cry about it, people that are going over there also changing the economy in the sense that the people that are charging those rents, these are Mexican people. They're not American people. These are their own people. That's something that we're not thinking about. So when we look at it, hey, look at your own people. Why are they charging so many rents for what you're fighting for? It starts from home. So, and even with that too, we look at the people that are here that you said the brokies, right? Uh, they're sending money over there, and they're the biggest changes of the economy as far as like where Mexico is right now because they're sending a U.S. dollar that compared to the peso, we know it's not the same. So
Hmm.
that's my position on it.
Yeah. I mean, but what I don't get is that it's funny how now this is coming about. Now y'all have a problem with Americans living there, where they've been living there. Like there are a lot of Americans that are retired, have Airbnbs, have hotels. So why is it a problem now? Now that deportation is happening in America, but it wasn't a problem before. So it's just the irony of things. It's just like, okay, y'all got a problem now, but it's been happening.
Maybe they were waiting on Americans to set the tone so they could feel comfortable.
And I was gonna say that I think also social media because people don't know how to just keep it hush. People put it and blast it on social media on how you can be a legal nomad and they put all the information out there. So then there's people that jump on the bandwagon and do it. I think that's probably what added to the inflation of Americans going into their country. But once again, like nobody had anything to say when all of them.
But even with that, Mexico has no choice. They have to still accept this. They have to accept those Americans that come over there. Like we can sit here and see those guys in the mask. Why don't you bring your ass over here so we can see what you look like? But all I'm saying is that you have no choice.
They have
Americans
to,
are going to stimulate. No, I'm just saying, like, if you're really about it, show your face so we can see it. But Americans
but
are
they are.
stimulating this economy.
When I went to
Things are
Cancun
going over
and
there
Tulum,
legal. That's
they're
the
actually
difference.
paying people to move there.
Huh?
You
Like
said
they have
what?
when I went to Cancun and Tulum, they have signs there that are actually encouraging people to move there. Like you talk to immigration and they'll give you a certain amount of money to move there and to put your business there. So maybe people, like I said, people are probably taking more advantage of that as well as with the social media on how to do it legally. I think the difference is that Americans are trying to do it legally. I don't know any American that's really that bold to live over there in Mexico illegally.
No,
But
I mean, hey, Anton was showing those Blueface hundreds. That is the world standard right there. It does not matter where you're at in the world. I'm sorry. When you see that, you will change your whole positioning. Even in Mexico, with those pesos, they're going to change their positioning because that's the world standard.
Money make the world go round.
The people's perspective is much different than the government's perspective. So when you say, for example, that they encourage people to come there, I would probably I could see that. You know what I'm saying? Because the government understands that the impact of the American dollar and people coming over there and spending money actually stimulates the economy and it brings more, more to it. Because think about it, right? From a mathematical perspective, if we don't have to create a job for you, but you help to stimulate the economy by spending money that you make back home, back there, then that is going to impact them in a positive way. Now, the people are going to protest against it because, like any place, it improves it. And at the same time, it costs them more to be able to live there, right? But because they don't really have no industries like that, if you go over to Mexico, they don't really have a lot of industries at all, like no real manufacturing companies, no none of that. Everything is subsidized by the Americans, by the Chinese, by Europeans, stuff like that that come over there. So now the people are going to revolt, right? It's like it's the same thing that happens here, right? If you have Amazon, for example, which AOC denied from Amazon coming over into the Bronx over in New York and bringing jobs, what happens is it brings more tax dollars, it stimulates the economy, it does all of that. But then she says, well, but we don't feel like it does enough for the people and it's going to raise the value of living. And so we don't necessarily want it. Now, I think it would have been good for the economy because it would have brought more visibility and more resources. But at the same time, the Bronx and a lot of those places are fucked up, right? So people would rather live poor in an affordable situation, but then they're also lashing out at the fact that you coming over there with money because most of the people that go over there to live for 180 days, they got bags. They're not coming over there poor. They're not coming over there dusty. They're not coming over there destitute. And so they're revolting against it in the same way that black people or other communities revolt against white people coming in and improving the neighborhood, which then raises property values, and then they say it's gentrification. Except now you also have even more incentive on they front because they don't like American culture kicking out, Mexicans. But then you got to throw something else on there. The reason why Mexico has to continue to allow for Americans to do what they want inside of Mexico is for so many reasons, but one of them is because a lot of Mexicans come over here, work, and then send money back in billions of dollars. We have so much, they're integrated with our economy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the people are going to accept it. And so a lot of times when I tell people, when I talk about it on the Millionaire Morning Show, I say, yo, you going over into these people's country, they don't really fuck with you like that. The government may, you know what I'm saying? The legislators may, the economy may, but the people don't really care for y'all like that because what they think y'all doing is displacing them. Now, if you go over there as a tourist and you spending some money, you know what I'm saying? You go over there as a visitor, cool. We love you. Oh my God, we'll give you everything. But if you're talking about you coming over there to live, what?
But Jerry, it goes back to your point that where they're trying to make you promote for you to inject your income or whatever the case might be, those are tourist areas. It just grows
Right.
their economy as far as that. So that I'm just talking about the digital nomads where they're staying at. That's the ratchet ass places that nobody else wants to go and see. They're not going to.
They
Yeah,
gentrifying it.
they're not going. They're not going to. They're not going to Cancun or Tulum. They're going Mexico City. Like, are you going to Mexico City tomorrow? Like, I'm not.
Mexico. I mean, I've been to different parts of Mexico. Actually, I've never been to Cancun or Tulum. It's a little too much going on right there. But I've been to Mexico City. I've been to Querétaro. I've been to a lot of those different cities, and everything is Americanized there. Everything is American, and it's so funny because you can go into those places, um, and man, your money is so much bigger than their money. It's crazy. It's insane. Like you are literally a stimulus package to them. So for people that move to other people's places, listen, I don't care if they were voting. Bring your black ass back home. I believe that they have a right to protest against us being in their places in the same way that we do. Just don't get mad when we start to call ICE and when I call Tom Homan on you.
Well,
Just
there's
don't do
signs
it.
That's
because
all I'm saying.
they made sense. Their signs were reading, "Speak our language, pay your taxes, respect our culture." Those seem like some pretty
No,
okay
no, that
to
ain't
me.
what it said. It
Well,
said
I
green
know
belt. And let me
something.
show you some signs. I'm gonna show you some of the other signs that they're not showing on
Okay,
TV.
maybe I just saw the nice one. I don't know.
I'm gonna show you some real signs in a minute. Give me a second.
I just gotta say I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. That's all.
Come on, Dalen.
And I won't forget the men who died that gave that right to me.
You've got to stand up.
I ain't gonna stand up. I don't want y'all to see my fufu. Fuck, I don't need
This is the type of signs that they showing. Let me see if I can place this on the screen real quick. This is what really they doing. That's what they showing. They got the Uno reverse cards.
Wow.
They not messing around with y'all.
Mm-mm.
Real talk. They not messing around with y'all. They got the Uno reverse cards. They got all of that shit. And they saying, get the hell out. Get out. Look, there you go.
I get why they would
Go
say that.
back to your country. They took the Uno reverse card and
Wow.
it said, go back to your
Yo,
country.
that's hilarious.
Wow.
So don't be confused. You know what I'm saying? It's not everything ain't sweet and they not happy with y'all necessarily. And so if you're not bringing no tourist dollars over there, then they don't want to hear it.
Somebody's gonna be that for Halloween. That whole no. But no, but I get what they're saying. It's same as Americans telling them to get out here, go back to your country. It's just weird that they're doing it all of a sudden when people have been there moving
Well,
and
here's the other part of it.
Difference is The only difference is that when they came over here, they were trying to get our resources, but over there, we come with our own resources and are generating their economy. I think that's probably the only difference
That makes sense. Yeah.
between the two.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. So many people are caping for them over here. And we not even doing nothing illegal over there. Like nobody is trying to escape to Mexico unless you're a criminal. Like we are going over there legally, living the time that we say that we can live there, 180 days or whatever, in wintertime. Still got our homes here and all of this stuff. So we're not even over there illegally. Y'all so, and this is what I was saying in the last segment. People be caping so hard for people that don't even fuck with them like that in their own country.
There's only two types of people that would do that: the people that are getting paid to do that publicly, and those who just need to assign themselves to a cause, because people are invisible and they need to be seen and feel like they're fighting for something. That's what I see.
No, I don't believe that. I believe that it's a lot of people that actually is advocating for them. Y'all crying, oh my God, I know some Mexicans. I know some illegal migrants. They're good people. You don't know them. That nigga could be beating the shit out of his wife at the end of the night. You don't know nothing about them. You know what they project to you. Y'all don't even know y'all own brothers and sisters half the time. Y'all don't know nothing about them, but y'all
There you
cape
go.
for people. Y'all love them. Y'all adopt them. You crying over them. You protecting them. You're keeping them safe. You help them use your tax dollars. Y'all want for so many people to come into this country and have a part of the American pie. You willing to pay more taxes for them? Raise my taxes. I don't care. We need to be the world's police. Y'all want so bad for people to get the American dream that is not even here legally. Now, I'm not against legal migrants, but y'all people cape.
And
People
that's what the people don't understand. I don't understand the difference between legal and illegal. It's like there are Americans threatening to hurt other Americans for wanting to stand up for the new process and getting illegal immigration out of here. And it's like, how are you threatening to do something to actual Americans because they want law and order?
I seen Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles today, interfere with immigration, customs, and border patrol and was telling all of them to go home, don't arrest nobody, don't get them out of here, and all of this stuff. And
MacArthur Park?
I'm still trying to figure out who voted for these people because everybody can't have only voted for Trump. Everybody can't have only voted for the Republicans because this is bullshit. They win a majority. Brandon Johnson won. He won in a landslide practically. He won in a landslide. Lori Lightfoot before him, the one that looked like Beetlejuice, and the mayor of Chicago, she won definitively. Y'all voted for Zoran Mamdani in New York
New
over
York, yeah.
Andrew Cuomo in record numbers and droves. Karen Bass in Los Angeles with $1 billion budget deficit, y'all voted for. Mike Johnson in Denver, the mayor over there, y'all voted for. So I'm still because in the election, y'all was the proud 92%. There has been no demographic that has ever voted at that level of clip before in life. And so I'm trying to understand how is everybody pro Trump now when the statistics show otherwise. I don't know where all of these Trump voters. It kind of remind me of everybody that pretended like they didn't vote for Biden in 2020. Like, well, how did he win? Somebody voted for him. Where are all of these Kamala Harris voters that advocated for illegal migrants and to make sure that y'all deleted y'all babies as a form of contraception? Where are y'all? Like, somebody please tell me that y'all voted for Kamala, because I don't know where all of these, you know what I'm saying, people are.